Qualities of family relationships are more important in a child's healthy development than the sexual orientation of the parent. Having the support and stability of two parents is paramount. Social and cultural concerns and stereotypes dominate both sides of the debate on whether children of same-sex partners grow into healthy children and adults. It is difficult to analyze same-sex marriage without getting tangled in the rhetoric of advocacy organizations on both sides of the debate. But according to Golombok, the chief complaint argument from people against same-sex marriage is that the studies are based on insufficient samples. Samples are either too small or not representative of the population.
In a study of 27 single-parent families, 20 lesbian mother families, and 36 two-parent heterosexual families, Golombok found that children raised in households headed by women were less anxious, had lower depression levels, and exhibited less hostility than children in traditional families. They also had high levels of self-esteem, and family relationships had low conflict levels. This indicates positive psychological development and adjustments. In a study of 30 lesbian mother families and 38 heterosexual families, Brues found that children's own perception of their parents was similar in all family types. The social mother in lesbian families was regarded by the child to be as much a parent as the father in both types of heterosexual families.
Let's watch a short video. It's called Gay Parents Best.
Are you guys a couple?
Yeah.
And you're raising kids like that?
Yeah, there are two beautiful children.
Well, they need dads.
This time the waitress is even more unpleasant.
I'm not the one in public kissing all over another woman in front of my kids. That's not, I actually have morals and standards.
Prompting this man to take a surprising approach.
You believe in Jesus?
Do I? What are you trying to tell me?
Don't judge. It's okay. I'll never judge you, and I try not to judge other people.
What would you do if you saw gay parents be treated by a waitress? According to the video in Texas, out of 53 bystanders, 24 voiced their support, which is about a half. They also did an experiment with two male parents, and overall bystanders do speak again when the gay parents are male. I also did a short survey in my anthropology class, and I have 3 questions that are on the slide. Do you support or against the same-sex marriage? And do you think it will affect children's development positively or negatively? And will you support the law of same-sex marriage? And the result has surprised me that there are 28 of 40 people support and 12 against, which is almost 70% versus 30%. And 22 thinks it will affect children's life positively versus 18 they think negatively. And 27 people said they will support the same-sex marriage, the law, versus 13, which is 67% versus 32%.
Why don't you start by telling us your name and a little bit about your family?
My name is Kyle Viotti, and my parents are gay. They've been together for almost 40 years at this point, and they're very happy. They've been through a lot of things together, and they had me. So.
And what was your relationship with your parents like growing up, and how has it changed since childhood?
When I was younger, I was a lot more closer with them, just because I was a child. I had to rely on them more. As in regards to just like experiences, I still went to them for the same things growing up as any heterosexual parents would do. So, problem with school, anything like that. And then as I grew up, I got more independent. My relationship is still relied on them. It was still good, but I didn't have to rely on them as much.
Did you face any social stereotypes or biases growing up?
When I was younger, there was a time when there was a older kid who made fun of my parents because they were gay, and that was pretty much the only thing as far as any kind of stereotype or challenges that were related to that. I didn't receive any kind of stereotype just because I had gay parents that I was going to be gay, or I couldn't do what I needed to do to get done in a good way or be successful at whatever I wanted to do.
And how did your parents prepare you for those challenges?
Before the event happened, they didn't really say much of anything. They kind of told me to just keep it quiet, don't go around telling everybody. Just kind of keep it to yourself. And then afterwards, they kind of more opened with me about it, because at that point I understood that it's a big deal. It's important to some people and more important to others, and that they want me to just know that this isn't exactly what's normal for society. We're kind of the odd ones out, and they made it clear that this probably will happen. So just to prepare you for it, don't get worked up about it.
And growing up, did you ever wish that you had a dad or were in a heterosexual family? No,
I had nothing to compare it to, so I was perfectly happy with the family I had, and I didn't want anything different. The family connections I had with them were great. There weren't any problems, and I wouldn't want to trade it for anything.
And what sort of values did your parents instill in you?
Just same ones that every heterosexual parent would for their child. Be nice, be generous, courteous, do what you need to do, respectful. Just the kind of basic things that every child, regardless of their parents' gender or sexual preference, would want to have instilled in their child.
And what's your stance or opinion about people, tending to become more open about gay marriage and families having gay children?
I'm definitely happy that more people are open to it and more accepting of it, because regardless of the gender of the parents, it's the parenting that is the main point of a child's development. So if the parents are bad, doesn't matter their sexual preference, then the child's not going to turn out bad, but it'll have a different experience than more supportive parents or parents who work towards helping the child.
In conclusion, there is no significant difference in development of children raised by same-sex and heterosexual parents. However, being a good and responsive parent to your child is what does make a difference. Thank you.